Height doesn't beat you, distance does. Taller fighters aren't dangerous because they're tall. They're dangerous because their reach creates a range where your punches run out before theirs do. And a lot of shorter fighters just accept that and try to out-tough it. That's not a strategy. That's just taking damage and hoping. The thing to understand is that a taller fighter with longer reach has one zone where they're really cooking, mid-range. Far enough to extend fully, close enough to be accurate. You stay there, and you're collecting jabs all night. So the actual goal is to never be comfortable at mid-range. You're either close enough that their reach is useless, or you're far enough that they can't touch you. Mid-range is just the hallway you move through quickly, not a place you live. Most shorter fighters understand this in theory. The problem is the execution. They try to get inside by walking forward in a straight line, which is basically handing the taller guy a free jab. You can't enter on a straight path. You have to enter on an angle, slipping their lead shoulder or stepping laterally while you close the gap. The moment you step offline, their jab has to cross their body to reach you. That's a weaker punch, worse mechanics, and it opens their whole right side. The entry itself should already be setting up your first shot. Watch Tyson. Watch Canelo against taller opponents. Watch Amanda Nunes. The pattern is the same. They're never walking straight into punches. They're picking angles, moving their head before entering, using the lean or the slip as the trigger to close distance. The entry is already part of the attack. Once you're inside, the job is to stay there. Use your head position to control their hips. Use your forearms to smother their elbows so they can't create the space to reset. You're not clinching out of survival. You're clinching to ruin their whole game plan. A tall fighter who's forced to work on the inside has basically lost their main weapon. Their reach is irrelevant at that distance. You've changed the fight. The other option is the long-range approach, which works well if your footwork is actually sharp. You stay just outside their comfortable striking zone, move laterally, and counter when they overextend. The catch is that most fighters who think they're doing this are actually hovering at the edge of the danger zone. If you keep eating jabs, you're not outside. You're right at mid-range and lying to yourself about it. For training, here's a drill I've had fighters run for years. 3 minutes with a sparring partner who has a longer reach, and your only rule is you cannot stay at mid-range for more than 2 exchanges. Get in, work. Break out to long range. Get in again, work. Break out. You're not trying to win the exchange. You're just making yourself stop treating mid-range like a default. Do this consistently for 4 to 6 weeks, and the movement stops being a decision. It becomes habit. In shadowboxing, pick a fixed point and treat it as a tall opponent. Practice your entry angles. Slip and step at the same time. When you break away after an inside exchange, move laterally, not straight back. Straight back puts you directly in front of them at the exact range they want you. The shift that actually changes how shorter fighters perform against taller opponents is this. Stop thinking about height as something you're dealing with and start thinking about range as something you're controlling. When you're managing distance well, you're dictating the fight. You decide when to enter, where to be, when to disengage. It doesn't look like control from the outside because you're the smaller person. But if you watch the footwork and the positioning, you'll see who's actually running the show.